What is good, guys? Welcome to my channel. So in today's video we are doing a recap of the Love is Blind season 8, and I don't know what is going on with this couple of episodes 1 to 6. It was very boring. Episode 6 was where it was started getting good, but the thing is, like, we were getting a lot of the pod session. It was very, very boring. Like, this is not what we want to see. We need a fast-paced kind of vibe, but it wasn't fast. It was very slow and very boring. So episode 1 to 4 dozed off. I had to rewatch. I had to rewatch in 1.5 speed. I was looking for, they didn't have 2x speed, so we had to deal with 1.5 speed. Watch it at 1.5 speed. That is the only way to get through it. But we got through it, and we're gonna do a recap of like the main kind of event that went on. We only got like one reveal in episode 2, and episode 5 was when we got like episode 6 was when we got the whole when they see each other thing. It's just like, what's going on? I'll say out of everyone, Madison is my girl. I like her. So we can see like early connections between Madison and Alex. Alex has been bullied in the past. Like when I was young, it was always that guy that was bullied and had to have his dinner, had to have his lunch in like the toilet. It was a loner.
In it. I remember telling a girl that I had a crush on her in high school, and she laughed in my face.
And that's how he's grown and got more attraction from girls. You know, it's made him get that confidence, but also in the past, it also made him to have empathy for people. So it's not gonna, when he sees people alone, he's definitely gonna try and chat to them. When he sees people like, you know, ignoring someone in the room, he's gonna be there to chat because he's like, you know, I've been there before. And he also is connecting with Madison, who also has like this traumatic. This girl has dealt with a lot of things with her family, with drug abuse in her family, so many deaths.
My mom, she was really surrounded by a lot of drugs, and she was in kind of a rehab program. I also actually lost my stepdad when I was in 8th grade to a drug overdose.
I felt so sorry for Taylor with her voice going bad, and Danny almost really liked her to deal with that voice. And the first time they meet,
I journaled about you last night.
Your name may be in my journal as well.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not dropping any more than...
David is not my favorite guy. Like, I don't like David. I'm so sorry. That man can lie.
I'm 30.
Okay. So you're no longer attractive.
Oh my God.
I have my own OnlyFans.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
David, I didn't understand the joke. The joke was a bit too strong for me. So David and Lauren, they confess their feelings, but David is still kind of with Molly as well. So he's kind of juggling the two. So Mason is also torn between Madison and Meg. So these guys, they just got 2 girls and they got to make a decision. Why the girls, they're loyal to them. Excluding Madison, she's into both Mason and Alex. So then we have Devin. Like, the amount of, like, all these guys, their names begin with a D. Like, everyone, we got David, we got Devin, we got, who else we got? We got Daniel. Like, so many DDDs. Devin is 28. Like, that guy does not look 28. He looks very old. Like, another thing I didn't really understand in this show is, like, a lot of, you know, the girls are older than the guys. Like, I feel like men, it takes a while for them to be mature. So it's better to date like an older guy. Like, women dating young people, it's not gonna I don't believe it works, but if it works for you, good for you, but good luck, because, you know, women are more mature than men, like, in terms of age. Then we have Joey and Monica. Like, there was nothing there for me. Like, they gave team furniture, but they coupled up real fast and they got engaged in episode 2. Good for you guys, good luck. So Alex is not worried with, you know, Madison, because they kind of talk about like their communication or attachment style, and she's more like an avoidance kind of person. Like, she tends to kind of leave, like, when things get rough, she's out, because she's dealt with a lot in her life. So she's gone, she's distant, and that's all Alex is looking for. So he's kind of worried, like, is this gonna work? Yeah, so it's a big deal for Alex. Like, he needs someone to be there. Like, when things are tough, we gotta stick together. But that kind of avoidance style that Madison has, it has to come with trauma from her family. Yeah, so she's still dealing with that. So can Alex kind of deal with this? I don't think so. So got Monica. Like, Monica's very weird. Like, out of all the reveals, Monica was like so weird and awkward. She was hopping around. I think maybe it's because she's nervous, but she was so weird. Like, she was also like kind of kneeling, like bending down. I don't know, maybe she wanted to appear shorter. Girl, stand up. Stand up. But she was acting really weird, and I think maybe it's because of out of nerves. She was a strange girl. But I think like she does work with Joey. Like, they both look kind of like quirky couple. but I don't really know much about them. Like, they gave nothing for me, but they usually the people that give nothing are the ones that work. Madison reassures Alex that, I did tell you that I have this avoidance, attachment style, but I'm here. I didn't leave. I'm here waiting for you. Usually in the real world, I would have been gone. But I'm standing here, I'm here. So she's basically saying that she's a changed woman. And he apologizes for kind of judging her, because when the girl revealed that she was avoidant, he was like, it was crickets. Like, he didn't really have much to say. It's like, oh, I gotta think about this. Like, a lot of discussion was about religion and politics. Everybody got their own religion in this thing. Like, I would say that I agree with, I think it was Ben that said it. He's like, he doesn't believe in religion. Like, I agree, Ben. I agree. He believes more in faith, which is great. Build a relationship with Jesus on a personal level. Everybody got their own. Everybody's developing their own religion based on what I watched. Devin to say like Virginia is hiding something, like she's not really like open, and he needs someone like to kind of open up so he can know like who to pick. Because this like in Love is Blind, the man is the one that proposes. Like, the woman ain't proposing, so he's the one making decisions here. So guys, you gotta open up so you can pick the girls. Like, they are the prize. They got the power. So he suspected Virginia, like, you're not giving enough for me. So if I have to contrast the conversation between Mason and Madison and Alex and Madison, I feel like Madison is more like, pouring our life, our heart out to Alex. While with Mason is more kind of lighthearted. So I was thinking like maybe she was drawing more towards Mason. Mason tells Madison as well that, in his own past relationship, like, he has a lot, everybody breaks up with him. Like, he's the one that gets broken up with. And she's like, why? He's like, all of them just fall in love with someone else. It's very interesting that you're always the one breaking up with. Like, when you gotta look into that, why is everybody that breaks up with you just like someone else? So he's definitely insecure about that. So he's very insecure in opening up. So yeah, I feel like that's one of Mason's issues. Why Madison is the opposite. Like, she doesn't have time for bull. If it's not working, she's out. So then Madison also made Mason aware that, she also got another connection. Sarah and Ben, they clash over politics. So Sarah is very like, she's a woke babe. She's passionate about all this BLM, all these things that, I don't need to talk about. She just wants someone that has kind of similar political belief that she has. And Ben is kind of someone that is not really into politics. Like, he should say whatever. He wasn't even the old George Floyd and BLM stuff. He wasn't really into it. Like, he just kind of sit back and he's out of it. He doesn't want to get involved. Then Sarah said, as long as you're ready to learn, like, it, she can work with it. I feel like Mason was very nervous. Because, after, Madison kind of saying, like, she got another connection, and then they talk about their dating history, I feel like Mason was, under pressure, because he's like, I'm committed to you, Madison. And he said it very nervously.
I am committed to you.
It didn't really seem sure. It wasn't really. And then Madison's like, okay, thanks. Then she just admits to Sarah that her second choice kind of affirms his feelings for her. But yeah, Madison ain't interested. But then the way Madison, like, previously, Madison was showing that she was interested until, until Mason confessed his feelings, and she comes like, this guy ain't into me. It seems under pressure. He's not really decisive. He's not assertive in, what he gave. So she was off him. I was thinking they got along very well, because the conversation was very, like, chatty, was lighthearted in comparison to Alex, but she ain't feeling amazing. So now we have Brittany and Devin. So Brittany admits to Devin that, she dated a woman before as an experiment, but she sees herself marrying a man, and Devin's like, wait, hold on there. Like, he's like, I'm gonna think about this. Like, I haven't seen this, hasn't happened to me before. I haven't been here before. Confusion. I must take a step back and think about this. Then Brittany kind of goes up to her girls and said, I know this is not what she's expecting, but it gives Virginia a little bit more room to kind of. Now Virginia was there, and she was like, okay, I don't think Devin into this, so I'm gonna shoot my shot with Devin. Period. Like, she got the info, so why not just pursue Devin? Because it doesn't feel like Devin's into Brittany. I get it, girl. So David focuses more on Molly. She's all over. She's with the girls every day, just talking about, how David is into her, how she's his number one. Molly's out there spreading news. She's not even aware that Lauren is into David as well. I don't know why Lauren didn't express that. She was very more like, you know, very closed. Then based on Lauren hearing these information, she's confused because she's like, either, well, David is telling me the same thing. What is going on? She's getting a little bit confused. Or she's thinking like, is Molly maybe doing too much? David is talking to Molly about the rings. And his current connection is kind of separating. It's not gonna work.
I mean, it's really starting to separate. Honestly, like, you were my number one after the first day.
Molly has always been his number one from the start and still is. I understand Molly, like, she's confident because this guy is giving her all this news. Then Molly comes in saying it again, like she's done it many times. But now she's like, you know, you said it's my number one. Again, Lauren is confused. What's going on? So Lauren confronts David, like, what's going on? Like, Molly's saying you're her number one, that, you know, this and that. Then he basically said that both him and Molly, they're very similar. And he knows, like, Molly's only committed to her. And, like, she doesn't really know much about, you know, what she's doing behind the scenes. And then she basically said, you know, David, I'm committed to you. I want you. So Lauren is, you know, is trying to say, like, Molly cannot be your number one. I must be your number one. So she's fighting for her life. I don't know what to see in David. I don't know what to see in this man. But yeah, they want him sap. So Lauren is trying to make David know that, you know, you're the one I like. You're the only one I'm kind of going for. Get that straight. Once Lauren confirms that, you know, David is the only one, David starts to lie. He said, you know, I never said that Molly was my number one. I never said that.
I've never told Molly that she's, like, my number one choice.
Flashback.
Honestly, like, you were my number one after the first day.
Never said that, but when you roll back the tapes, he did. I literally had to rewatch it again because I'm like, am I really watching? Is this real? Did you know you're going to be on TV? We rolled back the tapes. He said he talked about engagement rings. He talked about, you're my number one since day one, this and that. Then he starts to do all this guilt trip again, saying that, you know, he's always make the wrong choices. You know, he's always making choices based on emotions. Like, he's feeling so scared. Like, he doesn't know what to do. Like, he's feeling himself. Like, you know, two girls fighting over him. It's a struggle. It was a whole lot of unnecessary drama. Like, David, like, good acting. Because man was acting like it was the end of the world. Like, you know, he's got, like, acting like he's got a headache. He can't speak no more. Like, what is this? It was very unnecessary. Then he also mentioned that he doesn't really like the way Molly's kind of spreading, like, the conversations, you know, in the pods, you know, saying that, like, he's trying to make Molly look like a bad person, but Molly is doing, she's just a happy girl that's, you know, you like her, this and that. She's spreading the news. Like, that's what the girls are doing. So he's basically trying to create something to just pull Molly away now that he knows, like, Lauren is, like, into him. I understand Molly, because if you roll back the tapes, David told the other person that he's dating things are separating, and Molly did 1 + 1 equals you're gonna break it off. But anyway, Molly has told the girls that today David's gonna break up with Lauren. David's gonna break up with Lauren / you know, his other, if she doesn't know, quote unquote, she doesn't know, like, you know, David's gonna break up with the other girl he's dating. Madison and Lauren are pretty close, so she gave, you know, Lauren the tea that, you know, Molly said, you know, David was gonna break up with you, you know, how did it go? She was like, nothing really happened, like, we just had a normal conversation about this, and then he had a normal conversation with David about, you know, this Molly thing, but David kind of reassured her, and Madison was like, it seems like this guy's playing YouTube, like, he's a player. I'm like, Madison, correct, you're right. Because it's saying them different things. Brittany knew that it was never gonna work, so she decided to end it first and said, you know, Devin, you know, it's not gonna work, you're not really for me. But she kind of knew that this guy is not into someone that's, you know, because he literally asked, you know, so are you attracted to a woman still? And then she's like, you know, who I marry, who I like confusion. Be direct. If you see yourself marrying a man, end of conversation. That's the only confirmation Devin needed. But she was bringing around the bush, saying that who I love is who I love, but then you see yourself just marrying a man. So anyway, Brittany ended it, and Devin's like, yeah, I felt the same way. So Ben engages Sarah, but they look so cute together. Like, I must say, they look very good together. I hope they work. Like, this is episode 5. And we just got a second engagement. David is so freaking dramatic. He's at the boys' quarters, and the boys are like, you know, what's wrong? Because his mom's about to burst into tears. And they're like, you're thinking, like, you know, are you thinking about Molly? Like, is she gonna be your number one? And then he replies, you know, what are you guys saying? I don't know the name Molly. I don't know the name Molly. I never heard that. He replies, Lauren is number one. Like, guys, cut it. The lies. He even told Molly that, the boys are always talking about Molly this, Molly that, and now he doesn't know who Molly is anymore. Because even the boys are like, Molly, but she's like, da. Lauren! Got it. Then he started to tear up, saying like, oh my god, I don't know if my sister's gonna accept, because he's really worried about his sister, because his sister is not really into the experimental of his mind thing. So he's basically tearing up that, what if, the sister doesn't really accept this in the end of the day. She really wants his sister to support him, and they're like, she will. But David, why are you crying? You're a big man. David confronts Molly that, sorry, Molly, I'm into Lauren. Molly's she's confused. She's like, what's going on?
Well, I didn't say I was gonna end it, but I was cool with that until I got into my date with Lauren. Like, I come from our dates, I feel so good, and then I go to another one and I just feel all this pressure. I'm so
He's like, he's feeling so much under pressure, but he's into Lauren. Molly calls him out, like, be direct with this breakup. Like, why are you being around the bush? Because he's like, he's trying to push it towards her so she can end it, but it's not really working because Molly can see through. She can see through you.
Are you trying to end it with me? I think you should own your decision and make it.
No, I know, and I thought I just did.
The way David even told her, like, you're kind of acting like you don't really care. Like, is she supposed to break down? Is she supposed to cry just to feed your ego? Like, the ego was a bit too much because he was like, you're not even upset. You're not even upset. You're not even crying. Then Molly goes up to the girls and now she's broken down. Like, now she finds out, like, it's actually Lauren, because obviously David kind of said, he's leaning towards Lauren. So she's breaking down. She goes to Lauren saying, like, I didn't know. Like, if I knew, like, you were dating to David, I would, like, be up in your face. So David explains the whole conversation to Lauren, even saying that, I made it straight with her, and then she was even trying to push everything back on me, like I wasn't direct with her. And like she didn't even care when I broke up with her anyways. It's not a big deal. Then Lauren is like, she freaking cared. Like, she was out there crying. She cared. And then it was like, yeah, these sorts of things, if someone's gotta get hurt anyway. Like, David. Then he also lies to Lauren, saying that, I never said she was my number one. He denies it. He's like, she's never my number one. You are my number one since day one. I don't know what she's talking about. She lying. And he was even like, if I told Molly that she's my number one, then I'm lying. Yes, you are. So, case closed. He already admitted he's a liar. David proposes to Lauren. Lauren. Good luck to you and David.
That I was committing to you. When I said it, I don't know if it felt right.
Then he basically said that he was really under pressure. When he was saying he was committed to her, he wasn't even sure what he was saying, and Madison was like, I could see it. I could hear it. You are indecisive. You're not sure. You're just playing those two girls. Make your decision. And she's like, she's not into this. Like, she's more drawn towards Alex more, and she already knows, like, Meg is into him anyway, so goodbye. And Madison also mentioned both her and Meg, they kind of spoke about this as well. So now, like, Mason's under pressure because it's like, oh god, Meg knows everything. Meg knows that I said I was committed to Madison. It's over between me and Meg. He's nervous. So Mason mentioned this to the guys that, he got broken up with, and who knew, like, Alex is like his close guy. Alex is close to Mason, so they just chit chat. Then he's like, Alex is sure, at least thinking like, these girls are not really talking about their dates, together. Like, have you watched Love is Blind before? Like, do you know the concept? People chit chat. Same way that you and Mason are talking about your dates. Mason's like, he's messed up. Like, he's messed up real bad. He says committed to a girl that he wasn't really into. He should have said it to the other girl. I think Mason doesn't know what he wants. That's what I believe. He doesn't know who he wants. He doesn't know what he wants. I don't even think he's ready to get engaged. Like, he's all up in the place. He's like, oh my god, the girls have spoken to each other. So technically, Madison has told Madison has told Meg everything, that he's messed up. Like, he doesn't know how he's gonna go about it. He already feels like it's over anyway. He should just go home, which he did. Madison, even after their breakup, Madison goes to girls, just gives them all the dirt. Like, that's what Madison does. That's what the girls do. They give the dirt. But except with Madison, she says everything. She says everything. Like, she's a girl's girl, I can tell. So Megan and Mason speak, and Megan's like, F this, I heard it all. I ain't your second choice. Period. And then Mason was he's not a decisive guy. He's kind of like a scaredy cat. He didn't know how to fight for the girl. But Megan said, quarter it off, it's over. let's go home. Taylor and Daniel get engaged. Like, good for you. Everybody's seeing each other in episode 6. Like, this is so bad. We had to wait to episode 6 to get people seeing each other and getting engaged. Tired. I was thinking Madison and Alex are gonna get together because everything seems good. But, you know, Alex is standing up for his friend Mason. Like, he is defending that guy like he's gonna get married to him. Because I'm very confused. Why are we talking about your friend in this post? Like, you're here to meet a girl, not to make friends. But if you make friends, good for you, but keep it out of the pause. Keep it out when you're having a conversation with your girl. Yeah. So Madison and Alex, I think like this is the final episode. Like, we're accepting everybody to just get engaged and call it a day. So Madison and Alex, they discuss, you know, they do their little gifty things, laugh. Then Alex kind of brings up Mason. Like, he's like, let's have a deep conversation. I was thinking, like, if you're gonna have a deep conversation, let's have other deep conversation. I don't want to have a conversation about a friend just made like 2 days ago. Like, what is this? So he was like, let's talk about his Mason thing. Then he was like, you know, he understands him so well. Like, he meant well, you know, like kind of giving this perspective that, you know, you should try and Madison should try to understand him. You know, I'm just an understanding person. Like, I just understand everybody. Like, maybe sometimes I'm a little bit too understandable. Boy, Madison is pouring her heart out, saying that, well, but, you know, Mason hurt my feelings, and saying that he's committed to me, then saying he's not committed to me, was giving mixed signals, and it definitely looked like he was playing the two girls, like he wasn't honest. True, but Madison, you didn't really like that. You liked Alex more, so I didn't really think Madison should be that hurt by it. But anyway, she said she was hurt, so if she's hurt, she's hurt. Why did Alex even bring this Mason issue up, and why you not backing your girl? Like, girl was saying like she's hurt, and Alex is like, you know, I understand Alex. Alex was just like, I understand Mason's perspective. I understand your perspective. He didn't even say, oh, I'm really sorry. I apologize on behalf of my friend. Yeah, like, it was a very easy conversation to end, but it kept going on and on with Alex just backing Mason up and kind of disregarding Madison's feelings, even though I don't believe Madison should be that hurt. But if she is hurt, you know, you're gonna get married. Like, what are we really doing here? But then Madison's like, this is not how things should go. You should apologize and stop kind of claiming this guy is all right. Like, you weren't even there. He even admits, like, you know, I wasn't there, so, you know, I don't really even have the right to be saying this. And he apologizes to Madison. It was like a little bit too late. Like, she had to lecture you on what's there. Like, even if you believe, you know, your friend is right, like, just shut up. Just shut up, make your girl, like, call it a day. Just don't bring the conversation up. Apologize to the girl and cut it. Period. Because who are you really getting married to? Are you getting married to your friend or this lady? It kind of shows like Alex does kind of want to break things up. Like, Alex is not into Madison anymore because he's not really into avoidance attachment style. Like, it has an issue with it. Like, even mentioning it again is like, you know, what do you think would really break this relationship? And she's like, you know, nothing really, because, you know, we have so many things in common, and anything that comes up, you know, like, you know, all will be well. And he's like, you know, he's very hesitant about this avoidance attachment style thing. And then she's basically saying like she's growing and learning, but Alex is still hesitant about it. So the things that Alex has been with people who have avoidance style, like those are the people he's been dating and they never work. So he's wondering like, wow, how would they work with Madison? I understand. I really get it, but I really think they were really good together, but Alex doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it, so that's why he's defending his friend for life. He's defending his friend here just to try and create something and end it. Madison breaks down, and, you know, with this like, you already apologized about this, you know, Mason issue, but it went deep in, like, it was deeper to Madison. Like, she was deep into her emotions. She didn't want to talk anymore. Even when Alex tried to change the subject, she just said, I don't want to talk. Then this is exactly what Alex is talking about. Like, he doesn't want anyone to be avoidant. He wants to have a conversation. So then he's like, I don't think we're ready for this. Let's break it off.
We're not at a point to get engaged.
Is that your final answer?
And yeah, they broke it up. That was literally it. Drama starts because Taylor is like, Daniel's looking a little bit familiar to me. Like, I've seen him somewhere before. she basically, obviously now they're out of the pods, and she basically finds out and remembers that, you know, this guy added me on Instagram. And she's trying to see, like, is this guy really genuine? Because on Insta bio, she has, like, all the things about her, the things she likes. Like, is it a coincidence? Like, you know, does he know? And she even said, you know, you followed me on Instagram. And he's like, no, I didn't. But she's like, you know, you followed me and you unfollowed me. And she was like, you know, I remember this picture of you.
Do you have a picture on your Instagram in front of a Christmas tree with your legs crossed, holding a drink?
I have a picture of me in front of a fireplace.
Okay.
Not a drink in my hand.
Yeah, but I wasn't holding a drink. It's the same, Daniel. It's the same. So you basically like, this guy knew everything. Is this really love is blind? Because Daniel was not blind. He knew it was me. Yeah. But if he's not feeling it, it's okay, because the age difference, I'm already concerned about that. And that is a wrap for the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next one. Bye.